Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are very sorry that we are having some technical issues. That's why we are taking some time. Please be with us. Our resource person will join within 2 to 3 minutes, as sir confirmed me. Please be with us. We are regret and very sorry for the inconvenience caused by internet issues. Please be with us. We will join it very soon. Please. Good morning, everyone. We are really sorry for the inconvenience caused by internet. As I already told you that we were having some internet issue. Now we tried to connect with our resource person of the day, but sir is also having some internet issue. As sir will join from Manipur, so sir is also tackling with some internet issue. So we just tried to contact with sir. Sir is trying to connect. Please. Um, be with us. We are regret and we are very sorry for the inconvenience. Please be with us. Sir will join. Sir will come very soon, and we are also trying to connect with sir. Hello, everyone. Respected keynote speaker and resource person, Professor Sudhir Kumar Singh sir, just joined with us. And good morning, everyone. And I, on behalf of the Central Sanskrit University and Holy Cross College, Agartala, welcome you all to the third technical session of our FDP National Workshop on strategies for assimilation of IKS with modern education system. On behalf of the Central Sanskrit University and Holy Cross College, Agartala, first of all, I would like to offer our sincere thanks and gratitude to our resource person, Professor H. Sudhir Kumar Singh, sir, for joining us with this technical session. Sir, we are very thankful to you for accepting our invitation and join us with this technical session. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our resource person, Professor H. Sudhir Kumar Singh, who has graciously accepted our invitation to join us today. Professor H. Sudhir Kumar Singh teaches history at University of Manipur. Sir is currently the HOD History at Manipur University. Sir has interested on modern India and Northeast history. His writings move around the theme of ethnography, historiography, society, and gender. Some of his selected works include ethnography, historiography, and Northeast India, which published from Kolkata 2019. Another pioneering work of Sir, Ethnography in Northeast India and its surrounding, published from Guwahati in 2016. Another publication of Sir is Tribal History of Northeast India, published from New Delhi 2014. Market and State, Women's Political Participation in Manipur in Historical Perspective, another pioneering work of Sir, published from New Delhi 2013, and Social History of Manipur, another work of Sir, published from New Delhi 2012. He has associated with a number of academic bodies. He is currently executive committee member of the Northeast India History Association and also the general secretary of the Manipur Historical Society. Sir, we are honored to have you with us today to share your insights and expertise with the participants. I, on behalf of the Central Sanskrit University and Holy Cross College, Agartala, extend a warm welcome to you as well as to all the participants to this third technical session of our 5-day national workshop come FDP. Our today's topic, which sir will be highlighting, is ancient Indian medical sciences. With that, I invite Professor H. Sudhir Kumar Singh sir to come forward and address our esteemed gathering. Sir, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning and namaskar to everybody. Am I audible, Subhas?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Dr. Subhas, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are very much audible. It's clear, sir.
Okay. Okay. Once again, namaskar and a very uh, good morning to everyone present in this workshop program. And uh, I should be grateful to. I should be very grateful to the organizing committee of this workshop program for kindly extending me uh, a warm invitation to not just to deliver my lecture and also for giving me this golden opportunity for having me in this program uh, uh, in a way of how I can interact with all the learned faculty members from different academic institutions participating in this program. Once again, I'm grateful to the organizing committee members, particularly to Dr. Subhas and every one of you for this warm invitation. Uh, the topic which has been given to me for deliberation is ancient Indian medical practices. Uh, but here, what I essentially will do is that I will take up some important points relating to uh, uh, the ancient Indian medical practices in a very general way, in a very background way of analysis. And here I also intend to share some of my ideas about an overall understanding of what all of us are in the process of trying to understand uh, Indian knowledge system, and then how we can go about integration or assimilation of the Indian knowledge system in the modern education system, and how we can think of integrating, assimilating the values of Indian knowledge system in this overall scenario of uh, 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 education, particularly higher education system, which has been characterized by the global character, which has been characterized by internationalization of the higher education. Uh, when this topic was given to me, I was perplexed. I was little bit. I was thinking in the sense that when we talk about uh, uh, Indian knowledge system, it is an ocean of knowledge. Is a very huge area of scholarship. So it will not be possible, say, even for someone to have a clear understanding or to understand all the different aspects of Indian knowledge. It's an ocean of knowledge, and we all are, particularly myself as a beginner in the learning mode, trying to understand the Indian knowledge system in its totality and also other important components. What are the important components in trying to understand a clear picture about Indian knowledge system? See, what happened is that all of us know about the National Education Policy 2020, and one of the important characteristics of the NEP 2020 is opening of uh, uh, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary perspective to the system of education. So right now we are going ahead from the traditional stereotyping of uh, 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 limiting or situating disciplines in watertight compartments. So we have gone ahead of this stereotyping disciplinary boundary, and we have come up to the academic understanding of multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary perspective. And then if you if we try to read the NEP 2020, we also find that Indian knowledge system occupies the 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 basic root, the basic seat in the designed or in the objective of the NEP 2020 in education, particularly in the higher education system. Now, see, as all of us know, then I believe that all my learned faculty members presenting in this program, I think are well aware of the Indian knowledge system. But let me briefly share my idea about the ideas in the knowledge system. Uh, as we know that this the origin of uh, this knowledge, the origin of uh, the Indian knowledge system in this land of Bharat uh, has originated from the, the divine or genius minds of the rishis, the various rishis of land of Bharat, when the entire world was living in the age of ignorance, I would say. And this knowledge is not just a created knowledge. This knowledge is not just a production of the knowledge. Rather, it is completely a kind of experimental knowledge uh, 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 which has originated from the genius minds of the rishis of this land. We can say it was a kind of the cognitive stimulation, I would say. And this knowledge which have originated from the divine minds of uh, 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 our rishis translated or it was percolated down to the second generation of the learners, which has been termed, which has been described by the term sishyas or the disciples. The disciples, the sishyas, the second generation of learners, they grasp this this traditional knowledge through auditory mechanism, through auditory medium, and they began to use this knowledge in different aspects in day-to-day life, and this has in its finality came to became the different new types of experimental knowledge along with the changes that continue to happen in the entire world. So in this process, one finds that different practices originated, different practices arose like the practice of worshipping uh, 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 natural objects and and I would say, and and the practices of performance of various activities, which are termed as years, and the thought on the self, the idea of transitories of the present life and in services of the society, all these kinds of practices came up. So the idea here is that the Indian knowledge system, which has been better described as Bharatiya uh, Gyan Parampara, it refers to the empirical research, empirical study that has originated in this land of Bharat from very ancient times, from very prehistoric time, and it continuously continued throughout generation after generations, enriching the life of the masses, enriching the life of the masses, and then and it remains as a search for the original sources and issues in the meaning of the life. And and then let me come to the next point. Let me come to the second point. Hmm. Just one minute, just one minute. I'm having a technical problem. I'll just see. Just one minute, just one minute. Yes. Now, now before I come to the actual point of discussion of my paper, let me share with all of you. I'm very sorry, there is little amount of a problem in the connectivity. And then I also wanted to show my slides so that it will be easier for me to present and it will be easier for me to deliver the lecture. But there is a problem in my PPT and little bit connectivity problem is there. Anyway, uh, in uh, let me continue my speech. Anyway, now another important point which I would like to come before the actual point of discussion of my paper is that see there are lots of misconceptions about uh, 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 the, there are lots of misconception about exceptions. So let me share with all of you some misconceptions. Like, see, what happened is that there are different ideologies of the misconceptions. Like, say, for example, say, even when India was ruled by the colonial administration, lots of misconceptions have been created. And as we know that the British colonial administration was based on the civilizational theory. The British colonial administration was based on the ideology of racial hierarchies. So this kind of binary classification of the civilized nation and uncivilized, which are all created by the British administration based on their racial theory, has created lots of misconceptions about Indian culture and about Indian society. And coming to other points, like say, this land has also been described as the land of superstitions and the land of the scientific temperament, and all our rich treasure of the manuscripts, and then the scripts have been devalued, and then a very general way of describing Indian culture Indian society is about the absence of the knowledge system. So all these are kinds of colonial constructions about the rich traditional heritage of India. An interesting point is that this kind of colonial ideology used to hang for a long period of time, lacking cross examinations. And then most of our young generation scholars trained in the Western academia and the Western scholarship continuously succumb to all these colonial ideologies, all these kinds of misconceptions. So we need to do away from all these kinds of misconceptions, not simply do away with all these kinds of misconceptions, but a lot of research, new researches have critically analyzed, critically rejected all these kinds of misconceptions about the rich Indian heritage. Now, coming to the next point of my lecture, now this another point is I have just mentioned about this Bharatiya Gyan Parampara, which is an empirical knowledge originated from ancient times throughout generations, has evolved in different stages, in different periods of human civilization, and it will take a long time. So some of you, all these knowledges have evolved through the different periods, like Samhita period. I will not go into details. And Brahmana period, Aryanka period, Upanishad period, Vedanta period, Epic period, Puranic period, and different stages we can discuss. So the traditional knowledge system has developed throughout generations through different periods, from ancient time, periodic time, prehistoric times to the modern period. Now, this is keeping this little idea on this my ideas about Indian knowledge system. What I can uh, uh, do right now without wasting much time is permit me to come to the actual point of discussion on the topic which has been given to me. And I have also just mentioned that it will not be possible for me to go into details of all the each and every aspect of the traditional Indian medical practices. So what I can do here is that let me dwell on some important general aspects in trying to understand this topic. In the meantime, we can also go for a small round of discussion. Now, see, when we talk about the traditional Indian medical system, Ayurveda is very significant. Here in my deliberation, I shall be talking more emphasis on Ayurveda. Yes, we have also got another very popular form of medicine, Siddha. But Siddha I shall not be taking. So I shall be dwelling on some general ideas about Ayurveda. Uh, See, as all of us know, Ayurveda is the science of life. Is it the science of life? And then many scholars have given this traditional Indian medical practice about 300 years old. 300 years old. And what Ayurveda as a rich medical tradition, as a rich medical practice, does is about uh, uh, monitoring the food habits. Uh, 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 it's about monitoring food habits, lifestyles, and the harmonious relationship with the nature. This is very important because the life of an individual is strongly related to the constitution of one's body and how a harmonious relation existed existed with the nature. So the harmonious relation between man and the nature is very important in this traditional medical practice. And this knowledge of Ayurveda, it was transmitted throughout generations, orally throughout generations, and it is opined by many scholars that about 700 BC, all this rich trove of the ancient traditional medical practice was written down in 700 BC. And in this, we find two very important classical uh, 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 texts uh, on Ayurveda. One is, as we all of us know, Charaka Samhita, and second is Sushruta Samhita. Now we can briefly discuss these two classical texts. What is Charaka Samhita? Charaka Samhita is a very old, we can say, the oldest medical ethics of the practitioners. And what are the essential uh, 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 aspects described, mentioned in Charaka Samhita? Charaka Samhita is about, it talks about the pathology, it talks about the classification and definition of the various kinds of disease. And Charaka Samhita also talks about etiology and the relevant medicines to be prescribed, taking into the contextual context of the disease. And another very important classical text of the traditional Indian medical practice, Ayurveda, it is Sushruta Samhita. Sushruta Samhita focuses on the surgical methods and the surgical instruments and all kinds of approaches in the treatment of this surgery. And it talks about many things. It talks about a variety of informations about the disease and illness. And this Sushruta Samhitas, it has many sections. It has many sections talking about hygiene. It talks about the toxicology. It talks about ophthalmology. It talks about the midwifery. It talks about psychosomatic. So the idea is Sushruta Samhita talks about, divides about, analyze about different illness, different diseases. An interesting point is that Sushruta Samhita, it classifies it classifies around 1120 types of illness, and then it also talks about it also contains lots of informations, like say, it talks about, describes about 700 medicinal plants listing to be used as uh, 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 as a, uh, as a Yes, there is a little amount of connectivity anyway, and it also talks about 64 formulas. It also talks about 57 animal sources based preparations, and it talks about, also contains many sectors on the formulas of the drugs. And then another very interesting point is that uh, 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 the Sutra Summit contains about the different sections on the surgical procedure. So it say, for example, say the Sushruta Samhita talks about Sutrasthana. This is about the surgical procedure, and then it also talks about Nidana. This is about the pathology, diagnosis, and symptoms of the disease. So similarly, the Sushruta Samhita talks about different sections like Saristhasasana and then Uttaratantra, and many other types. So it will not be possible for me to go into details of analyzing all these things. And another very important point we should know when we talk about Ayurveda is the classification of the human body. This is very general, and all of us know that the human body is classified in Ayurveda as three important segments, which is described as dosas. Vata, that is air, this is the nervous system. Second is pitta, fire, this is about the venous system. The second is kapha, that is water, it is about the arterial system. So these three segments, dosas, are very important for the well-being of an individual. So in Ayurveda, the imbalance of these three dosas lead to the disease. So the imbalance of this disease is the root of the disease. So the idea here is in Ayurveda treatment, the treatment nature varies from individual to individual. So here in Ayurveda, history of the lifestyle of the individual concerned, and then the generic condition of the individual concerned are all taken into consideration. So it is like we can say a personalized medicine system. So it is we can call it personalized medicine system where the treatment nature approach is largely defined by the genetic condition, the history of the lifestyle of the concerned individual. And another very important component in this Ayurvedic way of treatment is the body, mind, soul approaches to the dealing of uh, 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 the disease. This is very important. And another very important component in the treatment process is called self-healing process. Self-healing process is also considered as a very important way in the ancient Indian traditional medical practice of Ayurveda. And then it is written in very interestingly in Charaka Samhita that people may have 100 years of life, 100 years of life, depending on the basis of the proper diet, that is the proper food. Proper food is considered in traditional Indian medical system as a medicine. Food is a medicine. So a people may live for 100 years depending upon the proper diet, proper food, and practices. Now, see, Ayurvedic conception of longevity is based on four basic principles. This is opined. This is opined by many scholars who have worked on Ayurveda. What are these four important basic principles of longevity in Ayurvedic conception? The first point is lifestyle. Lifestyle is considered to be very important concept, this important principle of longevity. Second is promotive medicine. And then third is personalized medicine. And then the fourth one is surgical practices. So these are four important basic principles as laid down, discussed by the eminent scholars on the longevity of the individual. And another important point I would like to discuss is what we call the classification of the tissues. The classification of the tissues in Ayurveda. Ayurveda defines, classifies the tissues into seven classifications. Uh, uh, First is called rasa, fluid. Second is medha, fat. Third is rakta, connective tissue. Fourth, asti, bone. Maza, marrow. Six is mamsa, muscle. And seven is sukra, swimming. This is how tissues have been classified into seven categories. And then another point I would like to discuss is how three waste products are enumerated, mentioned in Ayurveda. The first waste product, it is called malas, urine. The second waste product is sweda, sweat. And the third waste product is purisa, patience. So this is three waste products enumerated mentioned. And another, uh, 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 the point here I would like to discuss with all my learned faculty members presenting here is the approaches and the methods of treatment in the ancient Indian medical practices, particularly yoga. So here we find the sound therapy. Now we find a process and the methods in the treatment in this traditional Indian medical practice, Ayurveda. One is sound therapy. We call it mantra. We call it mantra. And here we also find the Panchakarma method. What are these Panchakarma method? To remove the toxins. These Panchakarma methods is generally prescribed to remove the toxins. And what are these Panchakarma methods? One is called Virechar. This is purgation. Second is Brahman, therapeutic vomiting. And third is Basti. This is medicated oil enema. Rakta moksha, bloodletting, Nyasa, nasal irrigation. So these are some of the important, these are some of the important points which I would like to share with all the learned participants. Just 1 minute, just one. I'll just 1 minute. Okay, so here we find that the Ayurvedic way of treatment is a holistic way of living. It is about the prevention of the diseases through proper lifestyle and proper diets. And so, and another uh, 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 another Another point which I would like to share in this backdrop of my presentation is that there have been very promising initiatives about uh, 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 doing researches on the Indian knowledge system. And then here we find that about this Indian knowledge system as a division of AITCE, and then AITCC has been trying, is taken a very great initiative in this line. And then another very important point which has been uh, 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 which has been very important in the academic circle is how this Indian knowledge system can be amalgamated and can be integrated in the modern system of education. So, so even the topic of this workshop program is about the strategies for assimilation of the IKS Indian knowledge system in the modern education system. So here we find that we find that there will be a very positive outcome, very positive result in this line of action. So the idea here is that uh, 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 the, the 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 Indian knowledge system is a treasure trove of research, and then it is also the pride for the nation. And then this education system rooted in the Indian knowledge system will certainly bring for transforming a new India, and this will also synergize in the curriculum making across all levels of education. And another very important point I would like to share is to do away with all those strict stereotype disciplinary divisions, because right now we are living in this age of interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approaches towards understanding Indian culture and tradition. And then this integration of Indian knowledge system in the modern education system will certainly instill ethical sense of education system in India. And another point as an outcome of this initiative, what we can think of, what we can do is about the modern ideas with the ancient Indian knowledge and ethos. So the thing is that this modern education can bring to the part of transforming a new journey where modern ideas together moving with the rooted ancient Indian knowledge system and ethos. And then the education system will become a system education with the values, ethics, and the modernity, and then modernity. And another very important point, which I would like to share with all the learned participants, is that this integration of Indian knowledge system will also make possible every rich trove of the Indian knowledge system, which is deeply rooted in Indian heritage and culture, to be in the process of making modern education system deeply rooted and deeply meaningful and deeply meaningful and then vibrant. So these are some of the Okay, so these are some of the important. Uh, 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 these are some of the important ideas which I would like to share with all the learned participants. There is a little bit. There has been this loss of interaction interruptions in the connectivity because light frequently goes off, and then connectivity is very slow, and then I find difficulty because the PPT which I have prepared uh, cannot be shown, but anyway I can send the PPT after my deliberation. So I'm very sorry for the inconvenience caused to all of you. So once again, I would like to thank the organizing committee for giving me this deliberation to deliver my lecture. Uh, I, I feel that my deliberation has been lot of haphazard. There's lots of point mix up because sometimes lives goes off, and then there has been problem in my PPT. But I'm very grateful for the patience all the participants have. And then if you have any questions, any or query, we can discuss. Or if you have any suggestions on which I can improve my deliberation, I will be extremely grateful. So once again, I would like to thank the organizing committee for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Subhash. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was wonderful for me as well to learn various ancient medicinal practices which was going on in Indian history since ancient time onwards. And I hope that, like me, the other participants were equally understood various aspects, though there were some technical issues. But I hope the main central argument of your lecture, which was centered on ancient Indian medicinal sciences and practices, which is an enriched heritage of our Indian culture and society, that was conveyed to each and every participants. Now I would like to ask the participants if any one of you wants to ask any question or wants to engage with our resource person, please, the field is yours. Uh, you can ask or engage with our resource person. I think there is no query, sir. Uh, sir, we are at the end of our third technical session. And I, on behalf of the Central Sanskrit University and Holy Cross College, Agartala, would like to offer my sincere thanks and gratitude to you for delivering such a beautiful lecture on ancient Indian medicinal practices like Ayurveda and various other issues which is connected with the ancient Indian medicinal practices. And sir,
Subhash,
we are very, very
Subhash,
thankful to you, sir.
Subhash,
Yes, sir.
Subhash, I am very grateful to you for giving me this opportunity. See, I have told you because what happened is that I get lost in the meantime because light went off when light goes off, and then I need to do from the my battery. So lots of disturbance have created in my presentation. But anyway, next time I will do better. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And if you need my PPT anyway, I can also send because there is certain damage has been done. Okay, I have prepared my PPT. If you want, I can send, no problem.
Yes, sir, sure, sir. Please, it will be very helpful for all the participants if you kindly share your PPT with us.
I
And
can I
sir, it was a wonderful experience with you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you, sir, for being with us. And thank you to all the participants for your kind patience and for being with us for this third technical session. So, with this, we come to the end of our third technical session. Finally, I announce the end of our today's session. Thank you to each and every one of you.